Hey Dan, it's Sunday night, and man, you were talking about being tired. I am completely and utterly worn out. I just got done with a nap sitting in a rocking chair. It was very nice. And yes, I am old. You were talking about being completely worn out from your trip home from Hawaii. I think it was all that sitting that probably utterly killed you. That would drive me crazy. You said you got ready for a Chamber of Commerce luncheon. I can't think of a more fascinating thing than Chamber of Commerce luncheon, so I'm glad you went, not me. And I gotta tell you, I'm really looking forward to this gift bag. So I'm thinking Chamber of Commerce luncheon gift bag. What could they possibly be giving you that would be of interest? I guess it all depends on what the businesses are in the Pendleton Chamber, right? So we'll see. Volleyball team, you're proposing volleyball. Good for you. Hopefully your team is better than mine. We had a game on Wednesday. It was at 9 p.m. and it was terrible. We lost 2 of 3 to the last place team. I mean, they were so bad, which when I came to realize that means we're actually even worse. One of these days I'll get that video up. It's not pretty. LA Galaxy. What does that say? They played Inagata Davida, Ayita Tribita. I think I dated a girl named that in college, or something similar. So I don't know why they were playing against a girl I dated in college, but hopefully they prevailed more than me anyway. Let's see. I just got done speaking of soccer. I went over to Howell's house and watched Manchester United and Blackburn yesterday morning. And that was a pretty good game. One thing I noticed, especially with the Premier League, is how much pace is on the passes. I mean, the passes are so sharp, so fast. Especially the crosses. None of these looping crosses that everybody has to leap up into the air for. I mean, not leaping, but I mean the passes are they're on the rope, man. I mean, they're really good. Of course, Ronaldo scored on a free kick from the left side, from the top left corner of the penalty box. It was a pretty nice shot. But anyway, it was a good game. I told him about the game in Chicago, so he's going to mull it over. Speaking of which, you said in your video it was June 10th? I thought you said it was the 6th, which is a Saturday. So check that for me, would you? As to what I'm flying into, I really think that depends on how long you're going to be here. If you're coming in for a day and a half, then Chicago makes the most sense. Fly in, fly out, call it good. If you're going to be here for a week or 3 days or 4 days, then I would say you could fly into either Rochester or you could fly into La Crosse. So I don't know how the vouchers work that you got. You don't want to spend any extra money. But Rochester or La Crosse are certainly the closest. La Crosse being the closest, then Rochester. And then at that point, whether you're flying to the cities or Madison, 6 half one dozen of the other, if you flew to Madison, I don't know. I don't think it really matters that much. Madison, I think, would be better than the cities because I can pick you up in Madison and then we could go to Chicago. We can work that timing out though. But you can also fly into Pittsburgh, Kansas. You could fly into Lower BFE, Arizona. I don't really matter. So again, in order, La Crosse, Rochester. That's if you're going to be here for more than a day and a half. So La Crosse, Rochester, Madison, and the cities. Don't fly into Des Moines. I wouldn't fly into Clarksville, Tennessee. Stay away from Philadelphia. I guess you could fly to Chicago. That's for wussies though. Let's see, I finally watched the Cuckoo video. I'm sorry it took so long to get to you. But it was really funny initially, I know. The humor my videos are a lot like a bad wine. The longer they sit, the worse they get. So, conversion software. You gave me no clue what you're converting. You're converting some big file, but you didn't say what you're converting it from and what you're converting it to. Or, as Brendan would say, from what you're converting it to which you're converting it. Although, you know, I've got an English degree, so I can put my prepositions anywhere I want. Thank you very much, which explains why I walk funny. So let's see. Let's see. What else do I have to tell you? Swimming. I am up to 3,000 yards now. That's just shy of 2 miles. In fact, I'll probably be swimming more than 2 miles tomorrow. What I did is I'm doing a whole series of drills, which are actually quite a bit of fun. Well, fun's not the right word. But I'm doing one set of what are called intervals, which means every minute and 45 seconds I start. So at every minute and 45 I start swimming. I swim 100 yards, and let's see, I swim 100 yards, and then however long it takes me, I get to rest until the minute 45 is up and I start again. So if it takes me a minute 20, then I get 25 seconds of rest. What I'm doing is I did 5 sets of those, so 5 by 100, but for each successive 100, I'm trying to do it faster than the previous one, so it's called descending. So intervals descending. So remember that because I'm going to quiz you on it. And then I did a set where I did 5 by 50 yards, and I breathed every 3 strokes, and in the next 50 yards I breathed every 5 strokes, and the next 50 yards I breathed every 7 strokes. And the fun thing about that is that breathing every 7 strokes means you breathe once down the length of the pool. That's tough. That makes me feel like I'm never going to breathe again. And then the other, let's see, what else did I do? I did glides, which is, if it normally takes you 15 strokes to get down the length of the pool, you pull a little harder and glide a little longer so that you get down there in 12 strokes, or maybe 10 strokes one of these days. That's what I'm going for. So, so I did a whole series of those, and then I did 100 yards of kickboard work in between each of those sets. But I actually got to 3,000 yards, which was really cool. I was looking. I joined the U.S. Masters swimming group, and was looking on their website at workouts. And some of them are pretty steep. I mean, they've got workouts on there of 6,000 yards 7 days a week, and that just seems, I don't know, it seems like a lot. I can't imagine who's going to be swimming that much 7 days a week. But that's my big news is the swimming. You know, work is the same. It's wearing me down. But you know what? Last week I got a Facebook message from a guy named Doug. It's actually a guy I've been looking for probably every 6 months for the last 10 years, ever since the internet really came on. You could really search easily. He was a kid I was friends with back in elementary school in Georgia. He also knew Michael, the guy I just had dinner with when I was down there. But he just sent me a Facebook message out of the blue. I'm actually going to call him tonight after dinner and chat with him. It's been 30 years, 28 years since I talked to him. We've passed a couple of Facebook messages back and forth, and that's it. So anyway, I'm kind of looking forward to it. That's it. That's all. I don't know how you keep your videos under 6 minutes, man. I just seem to drone on. And in fact, I don't ever feel like I say anything. I know you probably feel the same way.